drugs.
Hi, I'm the GameStop stock that you bought today, or Master 101.
I am the future conglomerate of the Moon Empire. Ames, because like because they shut down the main Reddit page that was telling people to do this because they were like, well, insider trading. That's not what fucking insider trading is. But like,
Anyway, we're
you have
playing
to be inside the
Atomicrops.
corporation to like do insider trading. But of
Today's
course,
been
hedge fund billionaires are all like, no, they're doing insider trading on Reddit. And I'm like, no, they're fucking not. But like,
to not date us to not date us if you're watching this in the future. If people are watching us in the future, today,
humanity makes
P,
that.
huh?
If humanity makes it that far.
Today, on the Gregorian, I don't fuck the point. Reddit bought like bought a shit ton of
The year
GameStop stock
2021,
in the year 2021. Yes, thank you.
the economy may collapse,
The economy may collapse. Yes.
which is a good thing. It's a good thing. Kill the billionaires, eat the rich. Although not literally, because they're full of poisons. You gotta put them in the soil. They make good fertilizer, but like you can't just eat them because like DDT and like it gets built up in the soil.
What the
The bile
fuck?
and evilness of capitalism builds up in the bloodstream like DDT, and so you can't like eat them or else you'll die. Eat
Jesus,
them direct. You gotta let that
Jesus
break. That
Christ,
shit break.
Chris.
You know what DDT is?
I do not.
Okay, DDT is an agricultural chemical. It was banned in the 90s. Or, hang on, I'm fucking Googling that because I don't want to get that wrong. 1972. So, DDT, which is a chemical that it's a pesticide used to like sex.
Mhm.
The problem with DDT is that it's a fairly long lasting chemical. And so, like, the insects and shit that it would get killed by it would get, like, washed off the crops and shit by rain.
Mhm.
And that would enter the water supply. And then, like, fish would eat it.
Mhm.
Or fish would eat the dead insects. Also, like, just the DDT in the water. And then bigger fish would eat those fish. And, like, the food chain, like frogs and stuff, eat the smaller fish.
It's the circle of unlife.
Yeah, anyway, it would, but it wouldn't kill the fish, but it would build up in their systems like a toxin, kind of like alcohol.
Okay.
And so when like fucking eagles and it's like when eagles and scavengers, like apex predators and scavengers would eat the animals that have been contaminated with DDT, they would uh they would get really sick and die.
Oh no.
And they would also frequently have problems with when it comes to birds, especially with their eggs
Oh no.
developing right to the point where they were so fragile they would just break under anything.
That sounds awful.
Yeah, it was. Which is why DDT was banned in 1972 until Donald fucking Trump brought it back in like 2018.
Jesus Christ.
Like he re-fucking legalized it, and they haven't made it
D.
illegal
Again,
yet.
yet. Get off your ass, Biden.
I'm fucking ass, Biden.
It's been 7
Do
days since you've been
fucking something.
inaugurated. Where's the
Do
next two?
fucking something for the do something for the fucking American people. Don't tell me you fucking can't. We know you can't.
Y'all hoes literally own all the government now. You're the president? Yeah, you know what I'm trying to say, right?
I love how they're fucking promises of like, hey, We're gonna get you $2,000 on day one too. Well, we're gonna get you 14. We're gonna get you $1,400 to add to the $600 to be like, so you get 2,000 total on day one. Two, we're gonna start negotiating for $1,400.
Negotiating with whomst?
The Republicans,
You mean
who
the.
are a minority in all three branches of the government.
Everybody sucks.
And you
Don't
don't
trust.
even have to talk to them. You don't even have to meet them in the fucking middle. They're like, well, we want to get like a Senate majority, which means like 75% of the Senate or some shit has to agree. And for that, you would need Republicans. But you own 55% of the Senate and the Congress, which means if you just instead of like trying to do broad Senate majority, where it's like you have to pass a 70 fucking percent threshold, pass it with no, you just need a majority, which means 51%. You
Mm-hmm.
could do that. You've done that before. Hell, the fucking Republicans did it for all kinds of shit that Trump did throughout his 4 fucking years of hell. But they're not doing that. You know why? Because they don't actually give a fuck about the American people.
What do I press to pick up this gun? There we go. Yes.
Pick up a gun to kill Biden.
No, we shouldn't be saying that. They were a little lenient with Trump for that, but I'm pretty sure we might have just ended up on a cross on
How
a
many
list.
people need to die for Bernie to be president? Let's see. A lot.
At
A
least
lot.
7.
Lisa. What was I gonna say?
I don't know. Next random fact. We talked about hedge funds. You've talked about nasty stuff.
The Wasty Republicans.
No, not the gross ass shit. You're fucking with some gross ass shit. No, that.
Alright. So you wanna know why Yamaha has like such varied products? Like from like because they sell motorcycles and tractors and like music instruments and watches and shit.
Sure. I assume it's not something good.
Okay. So the company was originally founded by Yamaha Toro Shuku,
Mm-hmm.
who started off as like a watch and clock guy. Um, and like a general repair service is what he like. He built clocks, but he was also like a general repair for like clocks and stuff.
Uh huh.
Well, he was asked in 1887 if he could fix like a church organ,
Okay.
which is a weird thing to ask a clock manufacturer. But my thinking is like they didn't really have that many handymen in town. They're like, hey, this is metal.
Do
Take
something
a
about
look.
it.
And so he's like, okay. And he realized while fixing the organ how simple it was, like how simple they were to put together. So he decided to also start making his own organs and pianos,
Huh.
which led him to expand further into wooden items like piano stools and other furniture, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then during World War II, the company was tasked by the government of Japan to make wooden propellers and frames for planes.
Uh huh.
And so then they started getting into building planes entirely, including the engines.
Huh.
After the war, they got their factories back and the machines they had requisitioned, and Yamaha started making engines for motorcycles.
Huh.
This is when Yamaha Hatsudoki, uh, which is a subsidiary company, was created. And surprisingly, not less than 9 days after its inception, the first commercial bike ever produced, which was the Yay A1, wins an auto race and immediately got into the put into the world spotlight.
Interesting.
And then the next CEO to take over used to do Japanese archery in his teens,
Mm-hmm.
which led him to look into doing work with fiber reinforced plastic, which led them to making like bows and plastic items all the way up to boats, like boat hulls. And so then they started incorporating the engines from the motorcycles into make speedboats.
Mm-hmm.
And uh they started making like water skis, water purifiers, bunch of like water stuff.
Hmm.
All while the original branch of Yamaha was still making instruments and started experimenting with a lot of electronic musical instruments, which led to making the digital signal processor, which was like used to like mix audio and stuff, which led to them making their own type of computer. And
Okay.
although their computers weren't that successful on the market, their software was. And that software that was developed was used by companies to make AIs, including the Vocaloids, most chiefly known as like Hatsumiku.
Hmm.
So there is a direct line from a guy in 1887, a clockmaker in 1887, deciding I'm going to make pianos, to Hatsumiku being made.
That's one of those fucking what's it called? Uh, what's it called? Like what's the word I'm
There's
looking
only
for?
ever 4 steps from Wap. There's only ever like 6 steps from Wapple things.
Yeah, I guess that, but I'm talking about like it's the domino effect like meme.
Yeah. You ever notice how like despite being clearly stronger in every way, uh like chimpanzees are way more terrifying than like orangutans or gorillas.
Yeah.
Despite orangutans being like 7 times like chimps are like 4 times as strong as a human. Orangutans are 7 times as strong, and like gorillas are like 10.
Mhm.
But we're not as afraid of orangutans and gorillas as we are of chimpanzees.
Because they're cute.
It's also like, yeah, orangutans have been documented to like kill things in defense, and there was one documentation of like a fight broke out between a group of orangutans that were like hungry,
Uh-huh.
and 2 orangutans ended up killing the third one because of like a food shortage.
How sad.
Although, yeah, they didn't like kill her on the spot; like she died from her injuries a few days later. And like orangutans are known to like fucking break leopards' backs and shit, like in defense.
That's
But
terrifying.
I think what's terrifying is about chimpanzees is they actively hunt things. Like, yeah, orangutans fish and gorillas like search for grubs and stuff. And bonobos will also like kill and eat snakes and stuff.
Mhm.
Chimpanzees hunt other primates.
The odds of you dying to an orangutan is low, but never zero.
Well, they say like chimpanzees actively like hunt like colobus monkeys.
Oh.
They kill them and they eat them. They actively develop tools and go to war with each other. And when they fight and when they attack humans, like if a when in documenting like attacks from like gorillas on humans, like the gorillas just kind of like go for the body and like just start punching shit,
Uh huh.
right? And they'll like throw you fucking around. You'll end up like broken ribs and like guess maybe like they could fucking break your spine and shit. You could probably crack open your head like a coconut. But they're like just going for like whatever's like the biggest like targets. They're just like throwing hands.
Taking
Chimps
these
target
hands.
things like your fingers and your eyes and your
But I,
genitals.
but I like my
Like
fingies.
they go for weak spots. And oftentimes their goal isn't to like kill you, it's to permanently maim you.
But I like my fingies. Why are primates so fucking scary? Like, you don't hear this stuff when it comes to other animals, I don't think. Have you ever heard of a guinea pig maiming somebody? And before Chris tells me that that guinea pigs have killed before. Still there, Chris? Uh-oh. Well, it's just me right now. Give me a second.
I'm still here, Nick.
Oh, okay, sorry. You weren't talking, and it was weird.
I love when like I was trying to like look up a fact and then like this fucking unskippable ad that like is for some reason really loud even though I'm just trying to read something
Uh-huh.
fucking plays in the background.
Uh,
Isn't that amazing?
yeah, that really sucks. That's, that's really upsetting, actually. Woo woo. Ugh, I made myself sick.
Did you know that most of the ice cream that you see in ice cream ads is often mashed potatoes
Did you know that they
because
use? Did you
the ice
know?
cream
Yeah.
is the filling?
Did you know that they use glue? Uh, in so when when in like a pizza commercial, they do like the big like pull and it's like literally cheesy. They use glue to replicate
Oh
that.
yeah, yeah, that's fucking glue. Yeah.
Huh. That was fertilize all crops, harvest
The
field.
cigarette lighter was invented before the match.
No, that's illegal.
Did you know most of the sand produced in the world, that's white sand, is parrotfish poop?
Gross. Actually, I did know that because of Animal Planet's top extreme animals.
Because they go up and they like fucking eat corals and shit, and that grinds in their guts to like turn to white sand.
Yeah, white sandy beaches are made of parrot fish poop. Spooky. Why did I say it was spooky?
Oh,
What if we all just ate a little bit of ass sometimes? You know what I mean? Like, if everybody ate ass, I feel like everybody would be a little happier.
you know that the actor that would be true, but did you know that the actor Alan Alda has been married to his wife for 60 years? They have 3 daughters together, but they met each other at a mutual friend's dinner party when they bonded together and decided to start dating when a rum cake fell onto the kitchen floor and they were the only two guests who did not refuse to eat it.
Huh.
Like they were the only two guests to eat the rum cake.
It's kind of gross, but at the same time, that's really interesting. Kill the bats by shooting them in the face.
Did you know that Neil Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin walked on the moon before any major company had the fucking genius idea to put tape on the back of pads, like menstrual pads,
What the
so it
fuck?
would stick to the fabric as opposed to like just sitting there?
That's really fucked up.
Yeah. Ambivert is the in between balance between introvert and extrovert.
I think I'm an ambivert.
I'd say you're more of an introvert.
Yeah, but I'm not annoying about it. You know what I mean?
Annoying about it.
No, I'm. Have you ever like? Okay, not to call anybody out at our old college, but was there anybody that like all the time they were like, "Oh, I'm an introvert, so I get tired real fast," and it's like, okay, Brenda, thank you for telling us that we're all introverts in our own way.
Did
I don't
you
know.
know that the stickers at supermarkets on fruits are actually edible?
Huh?
They're
I feel.
required by law to be edible because kids eat them all the fucking time.
I feel like I'm vaguely aware of it.
But they're not going to hurt you. They're not good for you, but they're not going to like hurt you.
Like they're not gonna stick to my prostate and kill me. I don't know why I said prostate.
Hitler's doctor Theodore Morel kept a medical diary of the drugs and other substances he would administer pure in an effort to make him like better as a leader or like more fit.
Uh huh.
Um, on a daily basis, he would often give Hitler atropine, caffeine, cocaine, adrenaline, E. coli,
E. coli.
methamphetamine, yes, testosterone pills, morphine, heroin, and strychnine.
Huh. How did this man live for so long?
That when you get red eyes, um, that's actually because like your eyes are just a cavernous hole,
Uh huh.
and so the flash of the camera goes all the way back and shows your blood moving in the back of it.
I feel like I should be aware of that because I've taken photography classes. But like
Hmm.
I guess it's something that I forgot about. Oil wells. Wait, no, I want this egg!
For about 100 years, prisoners in France were offered freedom if they would marry prostitutes and move to Louisiana.
That's a fucking steal. Hell yeah, I would marry a prostitute and move to Louisiana. Like, that's a no fucking brainer.
Following the Trinity nuclear test in New Mexico, a blind woman uh, from the site asked, "What's that bright light?" The radiation was so intense she was able to see it even though she didn't have fully functioning eyes.
Oh no, that's terrifying. Uh oh. What the?
Depressed people are more likely to binge watch television or binge listen to music.
Oh, that's super weird because I feel like I'm a depressed piece of shit all the time, yet I have no want or need to binge watch anything.
Do you listen to music though?
I do. I do listen to music.
The Han Dynasty was founded by a sheriff who was transporting convicts when several escaped. Knowing the punishment for this was death, he freed the rest and organized many into a rebel band, eventually going to help overthrow the Qing Dynasty and install himself as the ruler.
That's some real ho shit right there.
It's like, oh no, I'm also a criminal now. Well, we can't be criminals if the king is dead.
Fellas, is it gay to be a criminal? Some countries, yes it is.
Lincoln was famously very self deprecating in his sense of humor. When he was accused of being two-faced by a political rival, he said, "Honestly, if I had two faces, why would I be showing you this one?"
Damn. Damn, Lincoln. Maybe it's a good thing you did get shit. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. That's fucked up. What is with these?
Although,
Continue.
although the
Sorry.
bombings of Hiroshima and Nagasaki were famous for having the nuclear bombs dropped on them, A lesser known was the bombing of Tokyo, which was not a nuclear bomb, it was traditional bombs. Over 100,000 people were killed. Several times that number were injured. And a million uh, were displaced by a several ton napalm filled incendiary bomb.
What the fuck, Richard? Who would think that's a good idea? Just, hey, these bombs are fun. It's like, no, it's not. Bombs are not fun. What? I, I am witnessing something right now, Zero.
What?
Um, so the moon has come down and is now trying to eat me. I think it's upset that I haven't gone back to my crops to defend them.
Where are you playing?
It's called Atomicrops. It's like Stardew Valley, but it's real weird.
Children develop the ability to see through lies when they are about 7 years old.
Hmm.
Mark Hamill as Luke Skywalker in The Force Awakens was the same age as Alec Guinness when he was playing Obi-Wan Kenobi in the original Star Wars films.
Hmm. Well,
In
this.
1997, IBM's Deep Blue made a completely counterintuitive move against chess player Gary Kasparov. The move was so bizarre because it was random. He thought the computer was 100 moves ahead of him and had already won. He realized it was so advanced he never had a chance, so he basically gave up and lost the match. It was later revealed that there was a bug that caused the computer to just randomly pick that move.
Good for Deep Blue. Doing weird shit. Well, it's almost been half an hour.
The band Jet's second album was rated 0 out of 10 by Pitchfork magazine. In lieu of writing a review, a YouTube video of a monkey urinating into its own mouth was put on their website.
Ah!
This has been Random Facts.
Bye, everyone.